Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. It's one of those shout over the rain readings. We've had a thunderstorm, it's broken a long heat wave, so we're all very happy. I've been rushing around putting pot plants out in the rain. Had a shivering Tess on my lap for most of the afternoon. I was babysitting her today while her dad was away, but she's gone home now. And Fluffy is hiding under a table somewhere, but the storm seems to be over. Maybe not. Maybe we'll get some thunder and lightning while I'm doing this reading. We never know. I'm doing the reading with the Rebel Heart Tarot. And sorry, the ring light's on, always makes things a bit weird. Rebel Heart Tarot, we're looking at Meghan and her shenanigans today. And the first alleged shenanigan is this stunt that she has pulled, by all accounts, or not by all accounts, by Neil Sean's accounts. So we have to say it's an allegedly story. According to Neil Sean, she had a press box of her jam and whatever else delivered to Clarence's house and was very keen for the press to know about it. So the king got samples of the as ever wares, a lucky king who has all his own delicious stuff from Highgrove, all organic, all of the highest quality. But apparently this was all a stunt, wanted the press to know about it, wanted it leaked. So I'm wondering what's going on. I'm wondering, first of all, if she actually did this. I'm wondering what her intentions were. Was it a nice, kind gesture from a daughter-in-law to her ailing father-in-law? Was it a PR stunt to get the press on board? Look, see, I'm all adjacent. Was it a bit more sinister? Was it trying to force the issue with the king? Somebody forced into acknowledging her, responding. He doesn't want to acknowledge her, doesn't want to respond, doesn't want to be caught up in her PR games. So quite manipulative, potentially. We don't know. We're waiting to see what the cards are going to tell us. We're going to ask how it was received at Clarence's house. As I say, I'm sure it was binned immediately, possibly by security. I doubt very much that they let food products go near the king from unknown sources, and Meghan's sources are unknown. We have no idea where that stuff comes from. But his feelings, and then is Meghan going to get what she wants? Either praise from the king or victimhood, nasty, cruel royal family won't support me in my endeavours. I made this nice, kind gesture to the king with a lovely handwritten note, which I have copied for Instagram. See, here it is. And he just ignored me. So let's see what's going on. Nasty trick to pull, really. If she was going to, out of the kindness of her heart, do something like that, she'd do it privately, wouldn't she? But that's not our girl. Oh no. Let's remind you, it's tarot. It's for entertainment purposes. All my opinion. Just reading energy. Disclaimer in the box below. Little 5-card reading to warm us up today on a rainy evening, and see what is going on in little Miss Markle's mind. Poor king. Who needs this? Who needs it? That's my opinion, of course. Queen of Swords. Okay. Queen of Swords is very strategic. Very. Those are the cards. I'll move them off camera. Very strategic, very shrewd. Not emotional. Cold-hearted queen. So there it is. This is not done because she's sorry for old Pa and wishes him well and get better soon, and little picture of Archie and a little bit, you know, one of those hand-drawn cards that you get your kids to do for your auntie or whoever, granny or whatever. None of that. Not with the Queen of Swords. Not at all. That's the underlying energy. Let's have a look at the actual situation we're dealing with now. 5 of Swords, conflict, and this is coming from a place of discontent, trying to win, not from a place of love. And the recipient would be conflicted. The king, we know that the king is very conflicted about the Parkles because he's a sensitive soul and probably too nice and too full of shame and guilt and whatever else. And so he's going to be racked with guilt now and tossing and turning. What do I do? Do I acknowledge it? Do I thank her, send her a kind note? Don't put anything in writing. Don't let her record anything. Please, please, please. Do I do that? Do I ignore it? What do I do? It's another worry for him, Five of Swords. But her intentions by that card, Five of Swords, we're going to see what her true intentions are not peacemaking. They're not about reconciliation and wishing you well. That's not the energy of this reading so far, in my opinion. So let's have a look at whether she actually did this. As I say, I've heard the story around and about. No, not the story. That's the next reading. Sorry, I'm all confused. This is a Neil Sean original. So it's an allegedly story. Sorry about that. Getting all mixed up. Did she? We need to check first. Oh, the star, yes. Absolutely. I think she's very proud of her scam jam, as people are calling it. Doesn't seem to realize that it's so far away from the caliber of produce that the king is used to, that he himself makes at his own estate. Why would he want this stuff? This rubbish, toxic rubbish. But there it is, the star. Look at me, see what I've done. I'm so marvelous. I'm the star of the show. I need attention. And hoping. It's interesting, we've got a little basket there, of course. We've seen her with lots of baskets. It is a pail, a pail as in a water pail for the star, who is the water bearer, of course. But for Megan, it's that basket that we've seen eternally trotting around in the garden, picking fruit and veg that I don't think is hers, just my opinion. Or someone else has grown it, if it is technically hers. It's not the work of her own hands. That's my opinion. But there we've got the basket, we've got the hope, we've got the star of the show aspect that this poor card has acquired in these royal readings for me. So I do think there was some kind of a gesture. I do think there was a little care package sent along to Clarence's house, what some people call a press box. So there it is for him to do an unveiling on Instagram. Can you imagine? And then to actually make those horrible looking biscuits and crepes. I've seen some people actually making this stuff, and I'm not used to. We don't really come from a culture where we buy things like that in South Africa. You can, but we tend to make our stuff from scratch. Our baked goods. If we're going to bake something, we make it ourselves. That's the culture I'm from. So when I express horror and dismay at these kinds of food products, it's because of where I come from, basically. So I just need to make that clear. What were her intentions in sending this? Ooh, Ten of Swords in reverse. She's trying to make a comeback. That's for sure, because that's the Ten of Swords is a comeback card when it's in reverse. Upright, dead, finished, ruined. No way back. No way back on this earth. You are done. It's in reverse. It's coming back to life. It's kind of a resurrection. It's the dawn breaking after the dark night of the soul. The Ten of Swords in reverse. She's trying to stage a comeback. Weasel her way back into past good graces. So force some kind of response from him, I reckon. A note, even if it's not a public response, force something, some acknowledgement of her. As I say, most likely a note, maybe even a telephone call. I don't know if he would be that unwise. We're going to find out. To allow her that victory, that moment, that opportunity that she can stick on Instagram, or in her memoir that she's writing, or on her Netflix series that she's allegedly contemplating doing. The next one, which is where I got mixed up earlier in this reading. Let's see how the king felt hearing that the box had arrived. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. It's like, oh no. The Seven of Pentacles is the investment card, the harvest card, reaping what you have sown. Basically, a good way when it's upright. In reverse, it's reaping the whirlwind. And the king, we all suspect, well, we don't all suspect, but some of us suspect, that includes me, that the king was quite keen on this match when little Miss Markle came along, being biracial and all of that. Some people suspect, and that would include me, that the king might even have been quite proactive in getting this relationship going and keeping it going. And he certainly seemed to fall under her spell in the early days of the relationship, more than anyone else in the royal family, unfortunately. 7 years later, 7 of Pentacles. What have I done to deserve this? That's all I can hear. What have I done to deserve this? I just want peace. I just want to be king. I just want to enjoy myself. I just want to do what I've been waiting all these decades to do. And now this box has arrived. So what is the outcome? Is Megan going to get what she wanted? Notice, attention, acknowledgement, praise, victimhood, whatever it is. I've got the 2 of Wands. No. Ha. 2 of Wands in reverse. That is a plan that doesn't come to fulfillment. It misfires, basically. Upright, it's a plan. It's a plan for global conquest, really. Always in the 2 of Wands, except these eccentric decks that I use, like this Rebel Heart Tarot. Someone's looking out with a globe in their hands and they're plotting, planning. It's in reverse. Not going to work out the way she anticipated. Misfire. I'm very glad to see that card because, yeah, we don't want to see a note. We don't want to hear a message. We don't want to, oh, the king and I are besties and you all lying about how I've been cut out by the royal family. We don't want that. We really don't want that. I'm sure other royals don't want that either. She's down and out. And this was a strategic move. Very optimistic, very hopeful. The star is the card of hope. So very hopeful that she was going to turn around her luck, revive her fortunes with this. But it's coming from a place of conflict. And I'm going to say the word that's popped into my mind. Malice. That's the word that's popped into my mind. Energy reading, tarot, all my opinion. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.